In the last lesson, we wrote and compiled our first TypeScript file. By default, the compiler will generate a JavaScript file with the same name as that of the TypeScript file, as we saw in the last lesson. We can specify that we want a different name by passing a -- output flag to the compiler. That is tsc -- output file. Then the name of the file we want, let's say test.js. Then the TypeScript file we want to compile, which is index.cs. Now the generated JavaScript file is test.js instead of the default index.js. Before we look at some other options that can be passed to the compiler, let's restructure our project. Let's say we want all our TypeScript files to be inside a src directory. Let's create that. Let's move index.cs inside the new directory. And we want the compiled JavaScript files to be inside a dist directory. We can create the directory ourselves or allow the TypeScript compiler to create it at the point of compilation. We will go with the second option. We will make use of a new flag, which is -- output dir. Then the name of the directory, which will be dist. Then the TypeScript file. Now we have a dist directory with the generated JavaScript file. There are lots of different options that can be passed to the compiler. To see a list of all possible options, we can simply run tsc. As you can see, there are lots of different options that we can pass. Instead of having to manually rerun the compiler every time we make changes to our files, we can tell the compiler to watch our files for changes and compile them automatically. For that, we can make use of the watch flag. --watch or just -w, whichever we are comfortable with. This will compile the file and watch for when there are changes to the file, then recompile. So let's update this to include a comment. As soon as we save the file, the compiler will pick the changes and compile the file. As you can see,